What's going on YouTube? JT Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC Comic Book Reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Batman issue number 133, written by Chip Zdarsky, with who does the backup artwork this time around? I'm drawing a blank right now. Mike Hawthorne. Mike Hawthorne does the art this time around. So yes, this is continuing the adventures of Bruce Wayne out of his universe and into this new alternate universe, if you will, run by the criminal underworld. There's no Bruce Wayne, well, because the Bruce Wayne in this universe died. Instead, it's run by the criminal underworld, mainly this guy named Red Mask, who may or may not be Bruce Wayne. We come to find out in this issue that he potentially is a speedster, maybe even Reverse Flash, perhaps from another universe, or I don't know, because Eobard Thawne has yellow lightning, he has red lightning here, so it could be him, it could be something else, so that's still being kept a vague mystery. But in essence, this thing is about Bruce Wayne having to become Batman again for a new universe and inspiring that fearful symbol and striking fear into the hearts of criminals, because Gotham is just, it needs Batman at this point in time. So this issue definitely establishes also the importance of why Gotham without Batman needs Batman to survive. So the issue opens up, we see the Riddler, actually the Riddler, but he's wearing red this time around. He's tormenting kids and trying to put them into little mental hospitals, and then Batman comes in as a symbol of fear and takes things down. Selina Kyle comes in and lets them know about their little Bruce Wayne problem, but she said she had one thing, one terms and conditions for her agreement, and that was no experimenting on children. But Red Mask puts her in her place, and we get to showcase his speedster abilities and why he's so threatening. The criminals start to fear him. He goes to dig up this universe's Bruce Wayne, runs into Alfred. There's kind of a nice little moment between the two of them about this whole thing. He's got to run some tests on his body. My favorite moment in this entire issue is this little exchange here where Batman is talking with this Jewel character, and she mentions this. Bruce Wayne gave up his entire fortune and put it all into places like this, the Wayne mission, food, shelter, medical, became a social worker, but I guess you and other things, you had other things to spend your money on. And then Batman claps back with, I've done similar things in my world, plus this, I'm a high-functioning multitasker. Oh, thank God. I feel like this is a shot at those obnoxious people on Twitter, usually blue check marks, who give that take every now and then that people ratio the hell out of them for. It's like, Batman should spend his money on the poor and all this stuff because he's spending all his money on himself. He doesn't actually help people, blah, 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 even though Bruce Wayne has been shown time and time again to be one of the most philanthropic people in existence. So I enjoyed that. This felt like a nice shot at that. It's like, yeah, I do all that and then some. And guess what? Look at this world without Batman. It's a shithole. Criminals have overrun it. You need Batman to take action. That's like the whole reason he became Batman. Yeah, you can spend money, but is it really going to stop criminals? You can spend money on all these things, food, shelter, and all that, which Bruce Wayne does do. He also employs thousands upon thousands of people, and he spends billions of dollars to help the poor and struggling communities and to reserve, you know, like all sorts of things. And he, on top of that, is still Batman. So if he just throws his money into problems, it's not going to solve it. He's got to get his hands dirty. So yes, I like that moment, just because it felt like a nice shot at those people who always give those bad takes. So I appreciated that the most in this issue. And then, of course, he fights steroid-injected Bane, or Harvey Dent, if you will, Judge Dent, kicks his ass, and, you know, Batman's making a name for himself in the city that used to not have Batman. So we get some good bits there. He kind of teams up with Selina Kyle, and she leads him to the Arkham Caves, and that's kind of where the issue ends. And then, of course, in the backup, it was Tim Drake in this other universe with Toyman, and he basically, by the end of it, is out of this universe and back with Mr. Terrific, because they're going to utilize Toyman to find out where Batman truly is. So I like this bit. I think they're doing a good job with Tim Drake in the Zdarsky thing, and I appreciate how the backups tie fully into the story. That's something that I've had issues with a lot of the backups before, where they just feel kind of out of place. At least this one, it just feels like another part of the story. So that's going on. It's like, okay, we got the Batman focal point. Now here's Tim Drake's focal point of trying to get Batman back into his universe. So I like that aspect of it. I like that it actually ties into it. Yeah, the stuff felt kind of rushed and a little bit quick, but like I said, at least with the backups in this one, it ties into the main story, which is something, like I said, I've had issues with in the past with other backups just feeling kind of weird and out of place, and like, what was the point of them all? I'd still prefer if we didn't have any more backups in this and Detective Comics. I feel like it's just an extra $1 that we could have saved on the issue, because because like I said, a lot of them just don't really go anywhere. But at least this one feels like we're actually getting something with the story. So, and I say like a lot, don't I? Yeah, I got to try and stop that. But anyways, so artwork is pretty decent for the most part. When this particular story, I thought this was a stronger issue than the previous one. It's nice to see Batman having to become Batman again in kind of a new reality. And my favorite bit, of course, is just when Batman shoots down that nonsense that Jewel speaks about. Like at some point, he's like, "Well, our Bruce Wayne did all this stuff, and guess what? You're still in a criminal shithole." I guess it didn't really help as much as you think it did. I mean, yeah, Bruce Wayne still did all that stuff to help people, which this Batman does do, but he also still dresses up as a bat and he fights criminals. So yeah, he does all that stuff and then some. He's a multitasker, and his Gotham's, well, I mean, Gotham's been taken over by so many criminals time and time again. But again, this Gotham definitely needed his help because he's actually making a difference. So it's kind of a balancing act. Like no matter what he does, Gotham's it's just going to be an endless spree of crime. So that's just kind of the way the city is. Because if it stopped, then we'd have no more stories. But yeah, so I like that part the most in the issue because, as I said before, it's just nice to kind of clap back at that really stupid response that people give when they actually don't read Batman comics. So yeah, that's the best part of the whole issue for me. And I'm kind of intrigued by this Red Mask character now that we know that he's a speedster. So it could be a Bruce Wayne variant. It could be a Reverse Flash variant because Eobard Thawne likes to systematically like ruin people's lives. But Eobard's lightning is yellow, not red. So who knows what's going to happen with that. But I assume we'll be getting a reveal very, very soon. So maybe it's Barry Allen. Wouldn't that be interesting? So I don't know. But yeah, those are my quick thoughts on the issue. Backup storyline was okay. I feel like that one's been kind of going a little bit quick pace, but at the same time, it's a backup. They're generally smaller, so they don't have as much time to tell the story, but this is still all the same writer, so I mean, he could space things out a little bit if he wanted to. So I don't know, but I enjoyed this more than the last issue, and it feels like we're kind of gaining a little bit of momentum. And of course, I appreciate the clapback at that ridiculous take I always see about Batman not doing enough. So yeah, I appreciate the issue for that. So anyways, if you have any thoughts on Batman issue number 133, let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit this bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, all that other fun stuff. I'll be back later on today. A new Godzilla comic book drops, so I'll be covering that, and that'll be it in terms of comic book reviews for the week. And then hopefully I'll be able to get out like an after the movie or two sometime this week. And yeah, so it's gonna be kind of a busy week for me, so I don't know how much I'll get out this week, but I will for sure get that Godzilla comic book review done at some point today, and then we'll go on from there. So anyways, that's all I gotta say. As always, take care now, bye bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.